Viewer discretion is advised.
Eagles throwback that looks like a kinetic advertisement for the Audubon Society. And last,
Philadelphia Eagles, Jeffrey Lurie and Christina Weiss Lurie. Jeffrey Lurie made his cash by making mediocre TV and movie productions in the 80s and heading up General Cinema Corporation, a film company founded by his granddaddy. Lurie bought the Eagles in 1994 and had to give half of them to his wife, who he divorced in 2012. You know why divorces cost so much, right, guys? Because they're worth it. So worth it.
you know what's fun about these? When the collapse occurred, and this one happened really late. Leading 23-0 in the fourth quarter, Ron Jaworski's Eagles looked like they had the Vikings right where they wanted them, until the Eagles decided that defense was not a thing, and the Vikings scored 4 TDs in a matter of minutes, including a 65-yard fumble return. And I just might believe that this was the worst blown lead in the history of the Eagles. While not videotaping cheerleaders in their locker rooms, the Eagles did something super shady one time. They held an illegal tryout in 1979, and it cost them a third-round pick in the following draft. If you're thinking Vince Papale was at that tryout, nope. He joined the team in 1976. Though there are 4 miracles at the Meadowlands, there is one ass-whipping at Yankee Stadium. And in 1972, the Giants put the hurt on the Philly. Norm Snead started for the G-Men, who then gave way to Randy Johnson, who went 4 of 5 for 152 yards and 2 TDs for a perfect QB rating of 158.3. And remember, folks, 4 is greater than 1. Signing Terrell Owens in 2004 was brilliant. He had 14 TDs. The Eagles made the Super Bowl, in which he played his ass off with a broken leg. T.O. had never been more valuable. What the Eagles didn't know was that the friction between the Diva and their QB Donovan McNabb would backfire into a series of mistakes that might have damaged the franchise for over a decade. After a bitter negotiation that brought Owens back to Philly in 2005, the level of publicity around McNabb and T.O. reached a head in Week 11. When after Owens fought a teammate, he threw public barbs at McNabb and ended up being suspended by the team, never to return. The fallout from this sent the Eagles season into a downward spiral, as they only won 6 games that year. They would have some success under McNabb in the years to come, but the Eagles would always go full Reed. The site of where Eagles booed Santa Claus, Franklin Field is the oldest active site where college football is still played. Host of the UPenn Quakers and the annual Penn Relays, Franklin served as the home of the Eagles for 12 years. Another monument to pricing out the riffraff. Despite that, the stadium is located just minutes from one of the worst parts of Philly. Now, I will say this, I love the architecture of this place. It's well designed and aesthetically pleasing. It does get knocked for being one of the most unwelcoming places for fans of visiting teams, and other than the parking lot, it's not in an area where you want to hang out all day. I'm positive Eagle fans will accept this low rating with zero backlash. You have to go back to pre-World War II to find a record this astonishingly poor. 10 wins next to a whopping 44 losses. Despite his record, Bell's legacy was as an administrator, and his work setting TV contracts helped grow the game. Bell went from failed head coach to NFL commissioner, where he helped criminalize sports betting. Thanks, Bert. That's really failing upwards. And also amazing that you were worse than Chip Kelly. The biggest thing working against Lincoln Financial Field is that a lot of season ticket holders get to attend the Super Bowl, and I'm not sure if Goodell wants turd eaters and battery chuckers at his moneymaker. Plus, nobody visits Philly for tourist reasons. It would end up being the lowest attended Super Bowl ever. All semi-serious joking aside, weather is probably the biggest excluder for the link. There's no shame in losing to Vince Lombardi's Packers, but there is shame in losing 49-0 to them in front of the Philly faithful. Jim Taylor scored 4 touchdowns, and the fans in attendance probably found a Santa Claus off the street and did unspeakable things to him.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck it on that one, you chuck it on